Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the world of used trucks with the Chevrolet Silverado 1500, a true workhorse and a fan favorite. If you're thinking about picking up a used Silverado, you're probably drawn to its towing power, versatility, and that classic American truck vibe. But before you hitch up the trailer and hit the road, there are some potential issues you need to watch out for to avoid getting stuck with a costly clunker. In this video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know about used Chevrolet Silverado 1500 trucks. We'll cover the model years that might give you trouble, what wears out as the miles stack up, and how to shop smart to score a truck that's ready for work or play. Stick around to the end for my top tips on picking the perfect Silverado. New here? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss more car buying tips. And if this video saves you from a lemon, give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out. If you would like to see a particular vehicle model review, you can leave your request as a comment below this video. Alright, let's get rolling. So, what's the deal with the Chevrolet Silverado 1500? It's one of America's best-selling trucks for a reason. Massive towing capacity, a range of powerful engines, and enough configurations to fit any job or lifestyle. Whether you're hauling gear to the job site or hitting the trails, the Silverado has a lot to offer. But here's the catch. Not every model year is bulletproof, and high mileage can bring its own set of challenges. Here's what we're covering today. The model years that might leave you stranded, what to expect as the odometer climbs, why the Silverado is still a solid choice, plus tips to avoid the trouble spots. No complicated jargon, just straight-up advice to help you buy with confidence. Let's start with the model years. Not every Silverado year is created equal, some have more issues than others. Here's the rundown on the ones to watch out for. Alright, so for the 2007 to 2013 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, you gotta watch out for AFM or active fuel management issues. The likelihood of running into this problem is about 15 to 20%, and repairs can set you back anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500. Basically, the AFM system is designed to save fuel by deactivating some of the cylinders, but it can end up causing lifter failures or even excessive oil consumption in those V8 engines. So, listen for any ticking noises or check if the system has already been disabled. Definitely something you don't want to miss. Next up, let's talk about transmission problems, specifically with the 4L60E. There's about a 10 to 15% chance you'll run into issues here, and repairs can range from $1,500 to $3,000. The 4L60E transmission is kinda known for slipping or having some pretty harsh shifts. So make sure you test out all the gears and keep your ears open for any whining or clunking sounds. It could save you a lot of trouble down the road. Now for the 2014 to 2018 Silverado 1500, there's a known issue with AC condenser failure. The odds of this happening are around 10 to 15%, and fixing it usually costs between $500 and $1,000. Basically, the AC system can give out because of a faulty condenser, which means you could end up with weak or even no cooling at all. So during your test drive, go ahead and crank the AC. Just make sure it's blowing nice and cold, alright? Brake system issues can really sneak up on you. The likelihood of running into this is about 5 to 10%, and repairs usually run somewhere between $400 and $800. Some owners have reported soft or spongy brakes, which is often caused by a failing brake booster. If you're checking out a truck, make sure to test the brakes hard. Any kind of mushiness is definitely a red flag. If you're looking at a 2019 to 2022 Chevrolet Silverado 1500, keep an eye out for transmission shifting issues, especially with the 8-speed automatic. The chances of this happening are around 10 to 15%, and repairs can set you back anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500. The 8-speed transmission can sometimes shift roughly or hesitate, especially in those lower gears. So you'll want to test all the gears and really feel for smooth transitions. Model years are just the start. Mileage is where the real story unfolds. Here's what might pop up as the Silverado racks up the miles. Between 0 and 50,000 miles, you might start to notice some minor electrical issues. The likelihood is about 5%, and repairs usually run you somewhere between $100 and $400. Things like glitchy sensors or little quirks with the infotainment system can pop up. It's a good idea to, test every button and feature just to be sure everything's working like it should. Brake wear is something to keep an eye on too. There's about a 10% chance you'll run into this, and it can cost anywhere from $300 to $600 to fix. Heavy trucks just tend to wear their brakes faster, that's the reality. So if you hear any squealing or feel vibrations when stopping, it's definitely time to check those brakes. From 50,000 up to 100,000 miles, suspension wear becomes a bit more common. We're talking about a 10% likelihood, and repairs might set you back $500 to $1,200. Worn shocks or ball joints can make your ride feel rough, so yeah, drive over some bumps and listen for any clunks or odd noises. That way you can catch issues before they get worse. Alright, let's talk about exhaust manifold leaks. The likelihood is somewhere around 5 to 10%, and well, the repair costs can run between $600 and $1,200. Cracked manifolds can cause a loud ticking sound or even some exhaust smells, so make sure you listen at startup. Now, if your truck is hitting between 100,000 and 150,000 miles, you might start seeing some transmission issues. The chance for this is about 15%, and repairs can set you back anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500. Especially in older models from 2007 to 2013, you might notice delayed or rough shifts. So, yeah, be sure to test all the gears carefully. Next up is oil consumption, particularly in those V8 engines. There's about a 10% chance of this popping up, and repairs could cost you between $1,000 and $2,500. Sometimes AFM-related oil burning can become an issue, so it's a good idea to check the oil level and, ask about any oil consumption history. Once you get over 150,000 miles, you're really looking at some major repairs. The likelihood is around 20 to 30%, and repair costs can range from $2,000 to over $5,000. At this point, high mileage brings risks like engine or transmission rebuilds. So yeah, you'll definitely want to budget for some big repairs if you go this far. Here's the good news. The Chevrolet Silverado 1500 is still a workhorse. With proper care, these trucks can easily hit 200,000 miles or more. Annual repair costs average around $600 to $800, which is reasonable for a full-size truck. Chevy's been building these for decades, so you're starting with a solid foundation. Key takeaways: maintenance is everything. A detailed service history like oil changes and fluid flushes is your best friend. Driving habits matter too. Towing heavy loads or off-road use can wear it down faster, so always ask how it's been used. And don't forget the recall check. Look up recalls for safety issues like airbags or fuel systems and confirm they're resolved. Ready to snag a used Chevrolet Silverado 1500? Here's your playbook for success. Be cautious with 2007 to 2013 models. AFM and transmission issues can be costly. Demand maintenance records, no service history, just keep walking. Get a pre-purchase inspection. If it's got over 100,000 miles, have a mechanic check it out. Test everything. Four-wheel drive, towing setup, electronics, make sure it's all in top shape. Follow these tips and you'll drive off in a Silverado 1500 that's ready for anything. Thanks for watching. If this helped, smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment. Share your Silverado stories or questions below. Catch you in the next one.